Howdy folks, welcome to today's lore video featuring the Acklay. With a reputation that spread throughout the galaxy, the Acklay was a deadly hunter deserving every ounce of its notoriety. Fast moving and quick-witted, the beast usually finished off its victims in no time at all, impaling them with its terrifying blade-like claws. The Acklay originated on the planet Vendaxa, which was a lush and fertile world with a particularly dense ecosystem. There, the race for survival meant that only the deadliest of predators and the toughest prey survived. Predator and prey developed in a kind of arms race of the animal world. In the Acklay's case, the predator was matched against his favourite snack, the lemni. This creature developed tough, leathery armour to protect it from the Acklay's piercing claws. As this armour grew tougher, so the claws became stronger and sharper. The result was the Acklay's claws became among the deadliest weapons possessed by any creature in the known galaxy. Now, each of the Acklay's 6 claws was actually the 4th digit of each of its 6 hands. The claws, grown completely out of scale with the rest of the creature's digits, were developed to support its weight. The rest of the clawed hand was visible at the wrist, with another 3 smaller, more maneuverable digits, and these were used for gripping prey when feasting, as well as for mating. The front 2 claws were the Acklay's primary weapons. It used them in frenzied stabbing and slashing attacks, and the outer edges of the claws were serrated, so the blade could cut both ways. Its victims were sliced to pieces within seconds. Now, once it caught its prey, the Acklay set to work with its sharp teeth, which were deeply embedded in its jaws. The teeth were pointed and designed for ripping flesh out of the leathery shells of lemni, but worked perfectly well on most species. Now, the Acklay was much prized as an arena beast, not just because of its formidable appearance and vicious nature, but also because of its ravenous appetite, which meant that it was almost always hungry. Thus, it would happily re-enter the arena for another course many times in the same day. Now, aficionados of the Acklay's performances learned to appreciate its tactical thinking, as well as its brute strength. Its short tail, situated at the rear of its backplate, was a good indicator of mood. When an Acklay was angry, it would point straight up, and could sometimes shudder with the thrill of the hunt. Another mood indicator was the beard-like lobe on the Acklay's lower jaw. Although only the most experienced Acklay fans could read the subtle signals of this appendage, but both of these mood indicators developed as a means of communication with other Acklays on Vendaxa. Now, when it came to hunting, the Acklay used an array of senses. It had 3 relatively small eyes arranged across its brow, and these afforded it excellent sight, while also protecting it from the harsh glare of Vendaxa's sunlight. On Geonosis, however, the light was often hazy and dim, and the Acklay suffered reduced eyesight as a result. For hunting in the dark, the Acklay relied on 3 other senses. It had sensitive ears concealed behind protective flaps of toughened skin at the side of its head, and these could be pricked up and directed to fine-tune hearing in a particular direction. Sensory hairs grew out of each of the large claws, allowing the Acklay to sense creatures that brushed against its legs as well, and it could then form a cage with its 6 limbs before killing the animal with a well-aimed jab of one of its claws. Now, the Acklay also had an organ that could pick up a creature's bioelectric field. With these sensors, the Acklay could find its next meal even in pitch darkness and total silence. Now, although the Acklay had few predators, it did need protection from attack. Now, this developed in the form of toughened skin and green horn plates on the top of its body. A postcranial frill protected its long neck, while a larger plate covered and protected its back. The underbelly of the Acklay was unprotected and was therefore its most vulnerable area. Most of this armour was to protect the Acklay from other Acklays. Even a friendly jostle could end in injury. Now, while serious fights would have been deadly without this valuable upper body protection. Obi-Wan Kenobi took advantage of the Acklay's exposed underbelly when he faced one of the creatures in the arena on Geonosis. With a lance taken from a dismounted Geonosian picador, the Jedi managed to wound the Acklay in its left shoulder, just beneath its bony armoured plate. Now, although this injury had no apparent effect on the creature, it demonstrated that a well-aimed attack could get through its defences. Acklays were very difficult to capture, making them a rare treat for the Geonosian crowd. The beast's renown reached the ears of young Boba Fett, who chatted excitedly with his father about the beast before it appeared in the arena. He could not have been disappointed with Acklay's performance that day, despite the fact that it failed to kill its chosen victim, Obi-Wan Kenobi. After an initial assault with its claws, the Acklay demonstrated its incredible strength by knocking over the solid stone pillar that the Jedi was hiding behind, and snapping it like a young tree. It continued a relentless attack on Obi-Wan throughout the ensuing events in the arena, finally catching up with him in the melee. Unfortunately for the Acklay, Kenobi was now armed with a lightsaber and made short work of the beast. After both its front claws had been severed, the animal lost balance and collapsed forward. A glancing blow from the Jedi's lightsaber stunned the creature, and it was then a simple matter for Obi-Wan to plunge the blade into the Acklay's upper back. And that's the Acklay in a nutshell. So if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like, let me know what you thought of the video, subscribe for more. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you all in the next one.